Hello and welcome gamers, I'm Ryan, the Vidja Gamer, and I'm back with another episode of Vidja Game Hunting. And this week I made a nice score of Super Nintendo and Nintendo games at a local pawn shop that I frequent. They hadn't had anything retro in quite a while, but I happened to walk in middle of the week and they had a huge stack of games. I got a little bit of footage I captured. I don't usually film too much in this store just because the games displays are right up by the counter, just didn't want to deal with the hassle of getting caught filming in there, but I do have a little bit of a clip. I'll put that in right here. Okay, so I grabbed a few Super Nintendo games. I'm not a huge Super Nintendo collector, but I picked up a few of the cheaper titles that looked interesting that I had not played before. First up is Big Sky Trooper. I don't really know anything about this game. Put it in for a couple minutes just to make sure it works. The cartridge is just filthy though, I gotta clean it up. So looking forward to getting into that a little bit more. Next up is Bugs Bunny Rabbit Rampage. Now I bought this thinking it might be fun, kind of like the Tiny Toon games or something on the NES, and it's just, the few minutes I played of it, it was just really awful. So I don't know that I'll be going back to that one. And here is a shooter, Earth Defense Force. This one I kind of just picked up because they had two copies of it at the store. One was marked at 6. I think this one was marked at 2. So of course I'm going to grab the cheaper one. It's an okay little shooter. Nothing special. I haven't played a whole lot of it, but it's good enough, I guess. And then the one that I was actually looking forward to the most, that I had played before, is Super R-Type. And, you know, everybody knows about R-Type, the classic shooter. This one's a lot of fun. And then I got a stack of NES games, too. They had a lot of them there. My NES collection is getting larger, so it's harder to find games that I don't already own. But I did pick up some of the ones that I didn't have. Not necessarily great titles by any means, but ones I needed for my collection. And most, I think all actually came with the dust sleeves. And one thing, when I was buying these, I go to the store a lot, and I like the staff there, and they see me in there every week. They were marking the games, the price tags, on the dust sleeves rather than the games themselves. So, you know, I pointed this out when I got to the register and was saying, you know, maybe you should put them on the cartridges so that people can't just switch out, get more expensive games, put them in the cheaper marked sleeves. They looked at me like I was crazy, and I was back in there this week, and they didn't change it, and sure enough, they've got a $14 10-yard fight in a dust sleeve that you know somebody took and switched out for something, got a much better game at a $2 price, I'm sure. Whatever. So first up, we got Wizards and Warriors. I did have the second one, but I had never played this one before. Action RPG kind of game, I guess. I'm not really into them. I don't like the controls very much, but it's a good add to the collection. There's an early Capcom game. This is Trojan. I'd never played this one before either. I haven't really spent any time with it yet either. So looking forward to checking that one out. If it's Capcom, it's usually good. And here's one I'd never seen. This is World Games, which has got to have some of the worst cover art, in my opinion. Similar to like a track and field, that type of gameplay, just button mashing, things like that. And next up is Bump and Jump. This is a top-down racer, think Spy Hunter maybe, and then there's some jumping elements. Given by the name, you have to jump washed out parts of the road, I guess. And I got a couple of games with the manual. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I was happy to get this. It was $2. Everybody knows it's a terrible game, thanks to the Angry Video Game Nerd. But because of that video, I always find that game marked up everywhere. It seems to be like $10 to $8. I'm not going to pay that much for a game that I'll never play. So I was happy to get it in the collection that cheap with the manual. And another one that the Angry Video Game Nerd actually reviewed, this is Street Fighter 2010, Capcom game, got it with the manual again. You know, not that bad of a game. It's not great by any means, but decent for the NES action shooter. I didn't think it was all that awful, to be honest. And this one was one I was really excited about, Battle of Olympus. I'd never heard of this. I liked the cover art, so I grabbed it, didn't have it. It plays a lot like Legend of Zelda 2, side-scrolling, across the screen with some RPG elements. It looks like it's going to be really good, maybe a hidden gem, something I'd never heard of. So I'm looking forward to spending more time with that. And then the last one is my favorite of the bunch, was Captain America and the Avengers. I had never seen this game before either. Marvel, of course, That stuff is really popular right now, so I figured this game is probably going up in price. And it's not an overly expensive game. It looks like it's maybe $15 online or whatnot, but it's actually a lot of fun. It plays kind of like G.I. Joe, and I'm looking forward to spending some more time with this. I was really happy to add this one to my collection. But that is my stack of games for this week, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see y'all next time.